Affect, yes. We need a T here.
Yeah.
Good.
How did the US government take over the farmers' lands? What's the idea behind this solution? How did the Colombian government try to save the coffee industry? And when did the current coffee crisis start?
That's right.
And conclusions. Why countries feel the market with cheap coffee? And why is it so hard for farmers to adapt to climate change?
That's right. All these questions are answered by the video. So let's watch it one last time and
Yes.
let's open
Yes.
a notebook so you can, yes, it starts. Let's see how
Okay.
far we can get.
Yeah.
Yes. Take a pen, take a notebook, and let's start taking notes with probable answers. Ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Could you give us a minute? We are looking for
For a pen. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yes, no problem.
Yeah.
Tell me when you come back. Okay?
Yes, teacher Silvana is looking for it
Okay,
because
okay.
we're in her house.
Oh, okay. Yes. Makes sense, makes sense.
Yes, I don't know where I left my notebook. I think that is in my parents' house, but I'm not sure.
Come on, you lost your English notes. The few
Yeah.
English notes that you make, you lost them.
But yes, I just make notes when we are practicing listening.
Nice.
Okay, we are ready.
That's the most difficult ability. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Action.
This is one of the most popular plants in the world. It takes about 3 to 4 years to grow before producing berries, which are picked, washed, pulped, dried, and roasted to make coffee. The world consumes about 500 billion cups of it every year, and it's grown by millions of farmers across Latin America, Africa, and Asia. But there's a crisis on the horizon. This is the only area where the coffee plant can grow, and as man-made climate change warms the planet, it's shrinking. Here in Colombia, one of the biggest coffee producers in the world, the impact of that crisis can already be felt.
En unos 15 años, la producción bajó enormemente. El año pasado fue una producción súper bajita. Yo quedé así aterrada.
Y ese cambio del clima ha determinado, pues, y todos estos factores, que la caficultura se viene a menos. Esa cultura del cafetero va a ser un recuerdo.
There are over 100 species of the coffee plant. The vast majority occur in the wild, while a few are cultivated on a farm. 2 of which are by far the most common. Robusta coffee has a bitter taste and is used to make espresso and most instant coffee. Arabica coffee is the good stuff. It has a smooth and mild taste and is used for high-quality coffee. Both species require specific conditions to grow, but Arabica is particularly sensitive. The plant needs temperatures between 18 and 21 degrees Celsius. Too hot and the berries won't grow correctly. Too cold and it can freeze. It also needs a specific amount of rain, preferably with a 3-month dry season to flower. And crucially, it needs warm days and cool nights, so it grows best at a certain elevation. Altogether, that means Arabica grows best between these latitudes. And if you were to create a perfect place for it, it would look a lot like Colombia. Specifically the Zona Cafetera, Colombia's coffee region.
Toda la variedad de climas. Aquí tenemos aguas, tenemos fríos, tenemos calores por el sol.
The coffee farmers grow and process it all by hand here, which is why Colombian coffee has been considered the best in the world for over a century.
Lo amamos porque dentro de ello nacimos, con eso nos levantaron. Quizá a mí me hicieron debajo de un palo de café, yo no sé, tal vez.
Soy muy enamorada del café. He incursionado en el café tostado. Yo lo proceso, lo tuesto, lo vendo tostado. Eso es todo un arte. Se volvió un arte.
But the zona cafetera is also where climate change is already taking a toll. Greenhouse gas emissions have warmed the region by 1.2 degrees Celsius since 1980. That's enough to push the optimal elevation for coffee higher up the mountain, leaving the plants down here to overheat and produce lower quality beans. That's what's happened here on the Villa Gloria farm, which sits at a low elevation.
Hemos tenido unos calores y unos soles insoportables que no existían ahora años.
The warmer climate is also ideal for pests and fungi. Up the slope, some coffee plants at the Santa Fe farm are afflicted with a fungus called coffee rust.
Es un polvillo amarillo, es un honguito que se va secando la hojita y se caen todas, como ves aquí no hay ramas, no hay nada.
And here at the El Oasis farm, changing weather patterns have made it hard to predict the life cycle of the coffee plant.
Entonces ha cambiado en que ya no reconocemos con absoluta seguridad, como se hacía antes, cuándo son las lluvias, cuándo son los plenos veranos, cuándo sí es la floración. Tenemos que estar pendientes de la floración, cambió, y eso gracias a qué, al cambio climático.
Since 2013, the amount of land used to grow coffee in Colombia has fallen by more than 7%, and scientists expect things to get worse. The zona cafetera is projected to warm by 0.3 degrees per decade and see more extreme weather. In fact, coffee-growing regions everywhere are going to be affected. A recent study estimates that by 2050, the amount of land that can sustain coffee cultivation will be reduced by 50%. And it's not just cultivated coffee. Another study estimates that 60% of wild coffee species could be at the risk of extinction because of climate change. Some of these are used to breed more resistant varieties of Arabica, which makes them critical to sustaining coffee production. That's not only bad news for the plant, but also for those who have relied on the coffee industry for generations. In the early 20th century, Americans and Europeans were buying more and more coffee.
We Americans know what we like, and we really do like coffee. Did I say like? Well, we use more than 3 billion pounds of coffee every year.
So prices were high, and that created a boom in coffee-producing countries.
Where does it all come from? Mostly from South America. So let's fly down and get the story firsthand.
Colombia was the second biggest producer in the world at the time. It was mostly grown on large coffee plantations called haciendas that dated back to when Colombia was a Spanish colony. The work was done by peasants, indigenous people, and former slaves, many of whom were forced off their lands and subjected to brutal conditions. The plantations were profitable while prices were high, but in 1929 the US economy crashed. Demand for coffee fell, and so did the price, bankrupting the plantations. Fearing that Colombia's entire coffee industry would vanish, the government stepped in. They purchased these large coffee fields from the owners. Many had more than 1,000 hectares, about the size of 1,800 football fields, and they broke them up into small plots of about 16 hectares each before selling them to laborers. The idea was that these small farms could grow other crops alongside coffee to sustain themselves through price fluctuations. This not only saved one of Colombia's most important industries, but turned it into one dominated by smallholder farmers.
Quienes vivimos aquí, como yo que he vivido toda la vida aquí, hemos vivido bajo los influjos de los ritmos que genera la actividad económica del café.
To support the industry in 1927, the government had created FEDECAFE, an agency that would organize and represent the farmers by negotiating fair prices and favorable deals with other countries. The most important one was in 1962, when Colombia signed the International Coffee Agreement with 69 other countries and set a price minimum for export. As coffee prices recovered, Colombia's smallholder coffee farmers started thriving.
Todo el mundo aquí tenía una casa en el pueblo y una finca, y todos teníamos que ver con el café.
Recordemos que la caficultura sostuvo económicamente el país por muchos años. Recordemos que la caficultura tuvo haces, tuvo flota mercante gran colombiana, tuvo edificios, tuvo muchas cosas. Éramos los ricos del país y del mundo. porque se manejaba a un muy buen precio.
By the 1970s, Colombia was using the coffee farmer, or cafetero, as a marketing tool around the world.
It is here that they buy their coffee. Coffee grown by men like Juan Valdez. Because for Colombians, their coffee is more than just the richest coffee in the world. It is a national heritage.
Today, Colombia is the world's third largest coffee exporter, and there are about 500,000 mostly small farms that make up the industry. But just as these farmers are starting to face climate change, the economics that support them are disappearing. There are several ways farmers can protect their coffee plants from the effects of climate change. Shade trees keep the plants cool and stabilize the soil. Farmers can move their crop uphill, where it's cooler. They can also switch to more resistant varieties of coffee plants. The problem is all these solutions cost money that many smallholder farmers don't have anymore.
15, 20 años para atrás, todo el mundo por aquí sembrábamos café. Sembrando el café hoy en día, lo sembramos a pérdida.
It started in the 1980s, when the coffee agreement fell apart along with the price minimum. Since then, more countries, especially some in Asia, have increasingly flooded the market with cheap coffee. It sparked a crisis around 2009, when extreme weather and coffee rust decimated Colombia's crop. Production fell to its lowest levels in decades. In 2013, thousands of farmers went on strike and demanded that the government provide them with more financial support and establish a reasonable price minimum. The government increased subsidies to coffee growers, but without another international coffee agreement, a return to a price minimum was no longer possible. So coffee prices continued to fluctuate. Today, it's below what many farmers need to break even. That's why it's so hard for these farmers to adapt to climate change.
Para eso se necesitan recursos. Además, tú tienes la tierra aquí, eso se te calentó, ya no funciona bien. ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a hacer? No tienes como comprar tierra en otra parte o algo así, estás frito.
Y ahora están desesperados porque volvamos a sembrar y volvamos a tener sombrío. Pero eso, hoy por hoy, a los costos de hoy, es muy difícil para un agricultor ir sembrando estas cosas así.
It's forced many farmers in the zona cafetera to replace coffee with other crops.
Empecé a cultivar plátano en una vaina que lo llamamos aquí un cultivo intensivo de plátano.
Entonces, los cultivadores somos los que recibimos la menor remuneración, ¿cierto? Entonces, la gente se cansa, o sea, yo soy enamorada de la tierra y puedo aguantar de alguna manera, ¿cierto? Pero hay gente que tiene sus hijos, tiene otros, o sea, tiene muchas responsabilidades.
And it's not just a problem in Colombia. 80% of the world's coffee is grown by 25 million smallholder farmers, many living in poverty. From Central America to Africa to Asia, climate change is making it harder for them to grow coffee. Unless the price of coffee rises again and farmers have the financial means to cope with climate change, small farms everywhere will continue to be at risk of losing their livelihoods. And in the zona cafetera, that could spell the end of an entire culture built around coffee.
Esos somos quienes hemos vivido toda la vida aquí y bueno, hemos tenido la oportunidad de conocer profundamente el fenómeno del café.
Ready. While I was listening, I was figuring out some questions that were not really clear. They were really open. So we're going to focus on the first three. And I'm going to add some of them later on. For example, the one that happened at the end, which was where does all coffee from the world, the coffee in the world, come from? Which is going to be the last question. But let's focus on the first ones because it's already late. So I want Jessica to see the mechanic, the methodology, and for that I need Silvana's and Isaac's help. Ready, guys?
Okay.
Let's hit it. tell me what information do you remember, Silvana, about Robusta coffee? What is this? What's Robusta coffee?
I don't remember.
You don't remember anything about Robusta coffee?
I remember that has the Robusta coffee has the I don't remember the word, the strongest taste.
The strongest taste?
Stronger.
Okay.
Strongest or stronger?
Stronger or strongest? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me.
The strongest taste.
And why is strongest?
It's usually used in espresso.
Oh, yeah, there was a confusion there because Arabica is one, no? For espresso.
Yeah. It's because the video was super long. And I couldn't take notes because it was a little bit fast.
Okay.
But I thought I could remember all the information, but I couldn't.
No problem. Okay, then let's go back. Let's go back to that section and let's see what's Robusta coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
Here in Colombia, one of the biggest coffee producers in the world, species of coffee. There are over 100 species of the coffee plant. The vast majority occur in the wild, while a few are cultivated on a farm, two of which are by far the most common. Robusta coffee has a bitter taste and is used to make espresso and most instant coffee.
You surprise me every time, Silvana. Yes. I always want to challenge you and like get you incorrect, but no, you always have the correct answer. Very good. So then what did he say?
And in all the part you reproduce, or only when it speaks about Robusta?
In all the part I played, not reproduce. Reproduce is a different thing.
Play.
Very.
Okay.
No. I pass. But that what is the what do you remember about the Robusta coffee?
Robusta has the better taste.
Robusta has a better taste.
And that's all.
And that's all. Very bad. Eh? Okay, let's go back.
Robusta coffee has a bitter taste and is used to make espresso and most instant coffee.
And it used to make espresso and instant coffee.
It used to make what?
Espresso and instant coffee. But it says Robusta coffee.
Robusta coffee has a better taste. Okay, let me.
Maybe it is used.
It is used. Okay. Pronunciation, eh? Be careful because I didn't hear the is.
No, I didn't say it.
Oh, okay.
But I read the sentence and it
And
has
that was.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, it sounds good. I like it. Then, Robusta coffee has. Okay, let me have this opportunity to tell everybody what is the difference between express, which is something that is quick, no? Fast as an adjective, no?
Okay.
And espresso with an S.
Espresso.
You see, the word espresso doesn't have an X, and everybody pronounces espresso coffee. Jesus Christ, no. Very different, right? So why is that? It's a word that is derived from Italian, and I think that Italian espresso has a different meaning. I have no idea really, but it probably is related to fast, but the word is with an S, not with an X, right? That's the first one. And the second one is about what kind of taste does Robusta have? According to the video, what do you remember, Silvana? What kind of taste does the video mention Robusta coffee have?
I think that is. I don't remember.
Not at all?
At the first time, I was pretty sure that the video says something like strong, but now that you replay it, I listen better. But I'm not sure now that you are asking.
Which sounds very similar to the real word. The word better has the same or very much the same phonetics as the word that we need. What's the taste that what's the sensation in your mouth when you taste coffee? It's not sweet, the opposite of sweet.
It's like.
And it's in your vocabulary.
But, no, let me think.
Okay.
It's on the vocabulary?
Yep, it is.
I think that I was looking at other vocabulary.
No. What? Oh, but anyway, it's not here. What's going on, teacher?
It's bitter.
That's the opposite of sweet is bitter.
Like the song, Bittersweet.
Like the song Bittersweet Symphony. Exactly. Oh, why I didn't put bitter in the vocabulary? Very bad, teacher. Let me put it here. Very big pulp roast horizon warm. No, it's not here. Okay. So, what kind of taste does Robusta coffee have?
Bitter.
Bitter. Then let's listen to it again. Or do you want to complete it?
I think that it's only change better for bitter.
Excellent. Better for bitter. Let's listen. Confirmation, third repetition.
Okay.
Used to make espresso, majority occur in the wild, while a Robusta coffee has a bitter taste and is used to make espresso and most instant coffee.
And most instant coffee.
Good. Can you read the whole idea?
Yeah, Robusta coffee has the bitter taste, and it is used to make espresso.
Exactly. Espresso.
Espresso and most instant coffee.
Good. That is the answer to question number 1. Question number 2. Go, Isaac. What do you remember about Arabica coffee?
Nothing. It's the opposite, so it has sweet taste.
And what?
No, I remember that the video mentions that it's more sensitive.
Okay.
And that's it. Yes, I think that's all I remember.
Almost.
Because it depends. It could be affected by the weather, the elevation, and it only grows in a certain kind of latitudes.
Exactly. Yeah, there was something about the way it grows. No?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, the way it grows will be for the second question, the third question, sorry. But the part of the taste is going to be first, like the most relevant, right?
Okay.
What's Arabica coffee? Let's listen to that.
Arabica coffee is the good stuff. It has a smooth and mild taste and is used for high-quality coffee.
I think that the video says Arabic coffee, it's a good stuff. It has I don't understand the word. It has a smooth taste or something like that. And that's it.
Okay.
And what is smooth? Does it correct?
It is all right, actually, and it is in the vocabulary.
But we lost the vocabulary. We lost.
You were looking at the wrong vocabulary,
This is
right?
one of the most popular.
Yes, we were looking for for the listening that we practice on Monday or
Very bad. Yeah, no, that was a different video.
yes.
No, this is the one. Number
As
13.
smooth, a smooth drink or flavor is not too strong for with and tastes good.
Do you
Okay.
know what is smooth now?
Yes, I think.
That's the one, right? So, smooth, as a definition, it helps for the answer, no? But I
Yes.
want you to check a chunk. Do you have the
Okay.
vocabulary? Well, check question number. Where is it? Number 12. Read read vocabulary number 12 while Jesse passes attendance.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hello, Jesse, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Thank you.
Which
Oh,
Jesse?
Jesse, exactly. Jesse, my assistant. Not Jesse Solis.
Sorry.
Yes. Hello,
No, I'm
Jesse
Hi.
Castañón.
Yes. Thank you. So I would say attendance, please.
Yes.
Mike.
Absent.
All right. Rafael.
Absent.
Silvana.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Silvana. Thank you. Good night. Isaac.
Hello here.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you. Alex.
Albert?
Alex.
Alex, absent.
All right. Yes.
Here.
Hi, Jessie. Thank you.
Hi.
So that's all.
That's all, girl.
Thank you, everyone.
You too.
Have a good night and good weekend.
Thank you,
girl.
you too.
See you.
So, what is good stuff?
Something that make you feel high.
Exactly. This slang is related to cocaine in a certain way, but
yes, I think that I have here in movies.
yes, exactly. It's very, very common. But
Yeah.
when you are talking about food, people use it in a metaphoric way. You know, they say, "Oh, you know, like you get a pizza, no, when you are super hungry, and you're like, Jesus, this pizza, this is the good stuff."
Okay.
You know, when you're talking about good stuff, you need, actually, let me update this again, because a common chunk is the article, because it's the only good stuff that exists.
Okay.
See, so let me write a cookie for the word the. Got it? So let's complement the sentence again.
Yeah.
Degrees Celsius. Both species Arabica coffee is the good stuff. Robusta coffee has a bitter taste and is used to make espresso and most instant coffee. Arabica coffee is the good stuff. It has a smooth and mild taste and is used for high-quality coffee.
You can. I believe in you. Let's go.
Arabic coffee is a good stuff. And and it has a smooth and smile. I hear something like smile taste.
Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
And it is used to I don't remember what to I don't remember the rest.
Okay. Now, before we continue, what's the name of the coffee that we were talking about?
Arabica?
Arabica, not Arabic. You said both
Ah,
cases.
Arabica, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Arabica coffee is a good stuff,
Yes.
and it has a smooth and some smile.
What? Can you repeat the part of the? Do you say a good stuff?
Yes,
But do you remember what was the chunk?
the the good stuff, the good stuff.
Exactly. It's not a.
Okay, it's the good stuff.
That's right. But how do you pronounce that article? Probably that's why you're getting confused. Pronunciation.
The the
Open more.
the
Da.
the the
No, do no. Da.
the
Like the Molotov. Da da da.
the
Ajá. No de no. Da
the
da da
the
da. Mhm. When you hear the article, we with our ears trick us because we mentalize that the article sounds de because we are thinking in Spanish.
yeah
So when an American person says the,
the
we think they are saying ah,
mm-hmm.
but actually the real pronunciation is the article the.
Okay.
There are two ways to pronounce. If the comes before a consonant, the sound is the good stuff. But if it goes before a vowel, the sound is the apple, the iPhone.
Okay, okay.
So it's never the.
Okay.
You see, they cannot.
Yeah. And I think I have I'm missing I'm missing word. Arabica coffee is the good stuff, and it has a smooth and mild
Very
taste.
good. Mild taste, which is the vocabulary, being
Yeah.
number 14. Am I right?
Yes.
Very good. Confirmation, final repetition.
Okay.
Majority, two of which has a smooth and mild taste and is used in coffee. Arabica coffee is the good stuff. It has a smooth and mild taste and is used for high quality coffee.
The last part is and it's used for high quality coffee.
Exactly. Read the complete idea.
Yes, Arabica coffee is the good stuff, and it has a smooth and mild taste, and it is used for high quality coffee.
Very good. You finished. Let's go. All right. So Silvana and Isaac are very used to this activity. After 3 months of practicing, two
Like
months
very
of practicing,
used, not.
now you are super naturally completing important, relevant information. Very nice. Do you remember the first time you tried this?
Yes, I remember.
It was a whole
Perfectly.
disaster, no?
Yeah.
That's good. Good. So, Jesse, I want to know what do you think about this activity?
It's difficult.
Seems
The
difficult.
listening it's difficult and it's a long video.
Oh yes, definitely. That's why I will provide you of the video on Monday
Okay.
with the list of vocabulary. So you spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday studying the videos, checking the vocabulary. Yes, it's not one day. No. Yes, it's impossible. I agree with you.
I was very scared.
What is this? No. I understand. It's too much for learning. And if you see, the list has 53 words, so it's necessary to get you familiar with the words, look slow by step, listen to the video thousands times, you know, that's not a problem. I was telling other students that when I learned English, I repeated Monsters Inc. until I memorized it. Really, I have Monsters Inc. in my mind, completely fully memorized. Really, that's what helps me speak English later. So, watching a video 10 times, 20 times, 40 times, it's not bad. You know, actually, it's very good for recognizing phonetics and everything. Okay. So, guys, that was the mission of today. You reached it. Okay, let's keep it over here because it's already Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, early, on point, because we have a lot of activities to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Bye.
See you, teacher. Thank you.
See you. Bye, Isaac.
See
Have a
you.
nice weekend.
Bye, Jessie.
Bye. See you later.
See you later, Jesse.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.